Welcome to the Stronger, Leaner, Lighter Wednesday show. I'm your host, Sally Thibault. Today we're talking why powerful habits are not about willpower and what they're really about. Can't wait to share this with you. Hello from this chilly Gold Coast day. It was literally like yesterday was like summer. And in the last 2 hours, I don't know what our temperatures dropped. You see, I've got my shawl around me, got my slippers on, got my cup of tea. We don't do cold. We do not do cold. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show today. I am really excited about this one, as I'm excited about every show we ever do. But today I want to make it really powerful. Today, what I want to do is help you understand why the focus on willpower and determination will never change habits, and why it's really kind of a more male construct about willpower and determination. As women, we need something different because that's the way we are. That's how we're made up. We need something different. So that's what I'm going to share. It's going to be a power-packed show. I'm going to go really, really quickly through everything. So grab a notepad, have it handy, and I'll share with you at the end a very quick way that you can figure out what's really going on for you. So hang on for that, and some details about our masterclass. So, do you know, now I've been involved in fitness for, over 4 decades. Isn't that scary? Started when I was 2. No, not really. Over 4 decades. And so, I see stuff coming through all the time about things about how to stay fit, how to have good habits. I've been doing this for a long time. I stepped out of the industry for 10 years and went and worked in corporate, came back into life coaching, and now moving into fitness and wellness again, which is my passion. But can I say that it's the same story being said, and it doesn't suit us as women, especially as we get older. We need a different model, and that's what I'm sharing that today. If you're struggling to keep up with good habits, if you're struggling to step outside your comfort zone, if you're struggling to stay focused, I'm going to share all that today. So as you pop on, say hi. Let me know how you are and where you are. And on this cold Gold Coast morning, we're big sookie la-las, us Gold Coasters. We don't do well if the temperature drops below 20. We're going to roll out the winter clothes. I go on my slippers. Haven't had them on for quite a while. I think I need a new pair. All right, let's go. Here we go. What is it we're going to be talking about? So motivation, willpower, and determination. Why don't they work? Well, they require an enormous amount of energy to sustain. It takes energy for your brain to sustain motivation, willpower, and determination. And really, they are all based on thoughts. This premise that if you just think differently, you can force yourself to change. But you probably know already that's not the case. Because if it was just about willpower and determination, every change would be easy. Because in that first little while, when you decide to make a change, you've got an enormous amount of willpower and determination. It's kind of driven by that adrenaline. And you notice the words that I'm using, willpower, determination, adrenaline, very male-based, very kind of tough-based. We're not built like that. In fact, we are built entirely differently. And especially as we get older, especially now, in this time we are going through, where what we're going through, those changes we are going through, are very much driven by our beliefs, very much driven by, intuition, wisdom, all that stuff. And so for us, whenever we think about making change, wherever we want to step outside of our comfort zone, make a change, your beliefs are going to fight you every step of the way. Why? Because that's how we're wired. We're wired by that. We're wired by very in tune with our beliefs, our feelings, our thoughts. And can I just say this? What I'm seeing happening, the changes we are all going through are very body-based, because it's like, and I explaining it to a client the other day, it's like when I'm doing my meditation now, it's very much a whole body experience. It's not just a head thing. It's not just a thought process. It's very much a body experience. And that's been a shift, a real shift for me, especially in the last probably 2 or 3 months. And what I'm seeing because of that is actually physical changes in my body as well. And I think for us as women, that's where we receive that information. That's where we feel the feelings. That's where we understand who we are. And I think for the last probably 2,000 years, what's happened is that those feelings have been discounted. You're emotional, or where'd you get that idea from? And our body holds this extraordinary amount of wisdom and intuition that are our guiding lights at this point in time. And so what's really important is that when you want to make change in your life, that you are very much connected to those beliefs. You're very much connected to your body. Your body will give you the signals about what you need to do. And I'll share with you at the end why the 10 principles are so important. So your beliefs are often masked. Here's the deal. For many of us, our beliefs are often masked, and they show up as procrastination, lack of focus, tiredness, excuses, frustration. When I'm working with clients, I'm always listening to their excuses, which for them, as they're saying them, are very real. I ran out of time, my computer didn't work, somebody interrupted me. But they're excuses, because if you truly want to change, you override those. But you fall into or slip into using excuses. Procrastination, lack of focus, tiredness is like a protection. It kind of wraps around you. And all that's doing is that your brain is stopping you from making the changes. That it's feeling uncomfortable. So it's putting the roadblocks in the way for you. Now, this is not about, as I said before, about willpower and determination. This is about looking at and being honest with yourself about the beliefs that are holding you back. Do you know, when I'm working with clients, I'm always saying, so what's going on for you? So what then happened? So what's the feeling you're getting? And that's the key to it. When you're feeling blocked, I can't get anywhere, I can't do it, nothing works. Instead of, it's like changing that to, okay, what's really going on for me right now? Now, your body, your intuition will tell you if you're willing to listen. So how does this all start? Okay, so most times, where are we going? I'm going to the next one. So how do we lose connection to that? It's associated with some trauma that occurred in your past, people, words, events of your past. Now, there's what we call big T trauma and little t trauma. So big T trauma is what we talk about when we talk about trauma. Like it might be car accident, plane crash, a physical attack, something where you were seriously injured. We call that a big T trauma. What a little t trauma is is the one we're having when we don't think we're having a trauma. And these usually show up and cause us to go into the flight, fight, and freeze response. So something that would be a little t trauma would be conflict, maybe the death of somebody close that has an impact on you, bullying, or times when you felt unsafe. So that little t trauma, which we kind of go, oh, you just get over it, or There's no big deal. Any moment where you feel unsafe creates the little t trauma, causes the body to disassociate, causes that flight, fight, freeze, faint response, where for a moment there's a and that rise in the cortisol, pumping adrenaline, and everything kind of shuts down. Now you just get over it. Oh, well, I had an argument with somebody. It was really upsetting, but I just got over it. That's still a trauma. That's still, your body goes, oh, something's happened here. I'm going to shut down for a minute. And that gets locked in the amygdala. Now you put that together with some beliefs that have been instilled in you as a child. Who do you think you are? You'll never amount to anything. Be careful of where you go. It's fearful out there. It's scary out there. You put that together with a little t trauma, and your amygdala is going to stop you from changing. It's going to create the excuses to keep you safe. It's going to cause problems with your computer. It's going to have people call you, interrupt you. It's going to show up for you in all the reasons why you can't change. By then trying to just simply use willpower and determination, it's not going to work, because that fear is going to hold you back. I've said oftentimes, our thoughts are king, but our beliefs, emotions, are queen, and she rules the house. So if you're just trying to rely on willpower and determination, your deep beliefs and fears are going to overtake that at any given point in time. And our brain doesn't like us to work too hard. That's what keeps us in our comfort zone. So for instance, you might decide, okay, I really want to lose weight. And for the first, couple of weeks, you're really focused, you're exercising, watching what you eat, blah, 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 and there's starting to see some changes. And then little by little, these beliefs start to come up like little tiny worms in your brain. And those beliefs are saying, wait a minute, you might be unsafe if you're not big. Who do you think you are? People might start paying attention to you. Now, that could be linked back to a little T trauma when somebody was, you felt uncomfortable when you're out one day night and somebody made a pass at you or touched you or whatever, and that made you feel safe. It's going to take you back to that. And all of a sudden, those beliefs take over the willpower and determination. Becomes too scary, you pull back. You start to, procrastinate. You start to sabotage. And then you start to blame yourself. That's when you shift into blame and judgment. It's like, oh, here I go again. I never get in. Nothing I do ever works, no matter how much I try. It's got nothing to do with willpower and nothing to do with determination. I said they're a male construct. It's a male-based construct. For us as women, the key element is that whenever you step outside your comfort zone, you are creating a degree of fear. And when that happens, every single limiting belief you have about yourself pops up. Because your brain's designed to keep you safe. It does not want you to go back to that old story. It doesn't want you to go back to the fear. What it wants you to do is it wants to keep you safe. So what we need to do as women, especially as we age, is to find, understand, and heal the trauma first. That's big T trauma and little t trauma. And little t trauma, I think, as I've mentioned before, we overlook, we pretend it's like, that happened when I was a child, I need to move on, that time in grade, when I was 10 years old and somebody tripped me over in the playground and everybody laughed, I can move on from that. But that's still trapped in there. That's trapped as a little t trauma. And so it can be something so minute that you just overlook it. And yet the power of coming back to your body is healing those. It's a lot simpler, I'm not going to say easier, simpler to recognize where you need to heal those traumas than it is to just rely on willpower and determination. You'll always go back to square one. It's the way it works. So let me share with you how to do that. I'm going to share with you how to do that. But first, before I do that, I do want to do a big shout out. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? A big shout out to our, oh, there it is. A big shout out to our sponsors, NAS Cosmetics. Wonderful Jen Hines. Honestly, it's the makeup. I would never, ever go back to anything else. It's beautiful makeup, great coverage. And of course, you know, Jen is, you know, she's an Australian creator. And as women, we must be supporting other women. You know, she developed this in her kitchen table. How good is that? I often say to her, how'd you do that? You know, she got cranky with somebody one day because they would make cosmetics, and she bought this very expensive cosmetic range, and it caused problems with her skin. And she took it back, and they went, oh, it must be your skin. She said, I've just spent 85 or 90 or whatever it was dollars on this. And she thought, you know what? I'm going to go and make it myself. And sort of said it, got home, and believe it or not, she actually did it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So big shout out to NAS Cosmetics. Go check them out. Their products last forever. I've still got the ones that I use every day. I put on makeup every day. And what are we, May? And I bought my range, I think it was November. Might have been November. Could have been October. Still got it. Still got it. So a big shout out to NAS Cosmetics, and thank them very much for sponsoring the show. All right, let's get on to how to connect to your body's wisdom. How do you do that? Well, I go on and on and on about this. Meditation and EFT. Absolutely, 100%. It is this both of those combined, and I'm very passionate about meditation. In fact, in the 10 principles of Stronger, Leaner, Lighter is meditate daily, tap regularly. You can tap daily if you want, but to me, meditation takes a bit of precedence over that, only because I feel that, you know, with such a busy world, meditation is that thing that just brings you back to you. And as I said, there's been a shift, and I'd be really interested to know, for those of you who practice meditation regularly, if you're feeling the shift. It happened around about mid-March, and I thought, wow, this is really different. And I think it's the changes. I think it's the fifth dimensional changes that are going on, but it's made huge difference to my body. I can't even begin to explain to you how. It's just amazing. It's like every pain and ache in my body is gone, and it's just different. And I'm loving it. So meditation and EFT, which of course principles, I think 4 and 5 in the Stronger, Leaner, Lighter. Add movement every day to release that stuck energy. I did my radio show yesterday, radio topic. I do a life coaching segment on a radio station, and we talked about movement and the studies that show that walking increases productivity and creativity. And it was a study done on people who use walking meetings instead of just having sit-down meetings. They create walking meetings, and found that creativity was up by 40%. So if you feel stuck and you're kind of stuck in that trauma, you can't move it, go for a walk. My kids used to say that to me all the time. If I was cranky and grumpy, they'd say, you been for your walk today, Mum? I don't know, as a babes. It will release that stuck energy, will help you look at life differently and clearly, give you that sense of just breathing. Here's where I really find that practice intermittent fasting and reducing the intake of inflammatory foods so that you're able to listen to your body. Do you know it takes between 10 and 30% of our daily energy to digest food? And intermittent fasting gives your body that break it needs, but also inflammatory foods, I find, make me very kind of fuzzy, brain fuzzy, and that being able to listen to my body doesn't work is if I've got eating too much inflammatory foods, you know, high sugar, carbohydrates, anything with kind of vegetable oils, alcohol. Oh, darn. We're doing a alcohol-free weeks in May, so we're not drinking alcohol during the week. And you know, as I said to Jerry last night, I have to say I feel better if I don't have a glass of wine at night. Damn, I like my wine. But it really makes a difference. Makes a difference to my clarity, makes a difference to my energy, makes a difference to my focus, and I'm more able to connect with my body and listen to it. Holds the wisdom. It holds the wisdom, and that's what you want. That's what, we're in this process of change at the moment that is just extraordinary. Can you let me know with a heart or a like if you're sensing there's changes happening big time, and feeling connected to that? It's just, I honestly believe, and I know it's, we've moved into that Aquarian age from the Piscean age, but I really feel this is the time for women, and especially wise women. It's especially our time. This is what I believe is all this stuff going on with the stuff that's going on with Canberra, with the sexual assault allegations, the Me Too movement was the beginning of it. Women are starting to step up and go, you know what? I'm not putting up with this rubbish anymore. I am not putting up with this. And it's part of all of that this is the time for women. And if we can't listen to our guidance, our inner guidance, then again, we're handing over our power to somebody else. And healing your body so that you can listen to the messages. And when I mean healing the body, I mean healing the body from the trauma, little t traumas and the big T trauma, if that's something you've been through. Critically important right now, so you can be present, absolutely present. What I'm finding is many younger people, younger women in particular, are looking for guidance. They're looking to the wise woman for guidance right now, because it's crazy out there. It's a crazy world out there. It's just nuts. And it's up to us as the wise women to, to lead the way. All right. I hope this has helped today. I'll hope that you are ready to make those changes. You begin to listen to your body, and let you know too about the Stronger, Leaner, Lighter Masterclass. If you haven't watched that yet, that goes into more detail about how you can implement the principles, the steps that you can go through to create those changes. Let go of that need for motivation, determination. Don't even go there. If you feel yourself losing, I can't stick to a habit, go within. Go within. What's going on for me? What do I need to do now? What aspect of me have I not healed yet? Because that's where it is. It all exists within your body. And if you're following those principles, giving your body an opportunity to heal physically, wow, you'll be on fire. Because honestly, what's the point of being successful if you are not well? There's no point. And if anything from this, what this has taught us the last, believe it or not, what is it? 13, 14, 15 months? Wellness, priority. Your wellness, your immune system, your insight, your wisdom, your intuition, top priority. That's how we make sense of this very, very crazy world. All right, my friends, thank you so much for being on the show today. I hope this has helped. Let me know if it's helped in the comments below. And remember to pop on to that masterclass if you want to know more about the 10 principles and how you can adapt them in your life to experience that wonderful, wonderful intuition and find the changes the easy way. Simple way. I shouldn't say easy. Simple way to do it. Have a great day, everybody. I shall see you this time on next week on the Stronger, Leaner, Lighter show. God, I'll get it in a minute. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.